Hi everyone. In today's video, we will know about Ansible and different Ansible tools. Let's move to agenda and know what are the topics we will learn about today. What is Ansible, why Ansible is important, advantages of Ansible and passwordless authentication, Ansible inventory, Ansible playbook, ad hoc commands, basics of AML, Ansible roles, Ansible collection, Ansible alt, Ansible variables, Ansible loops, and error handling. So the different Ansible tools we will learn about in this video, and also along with that we will see the demo. So first we will know what is Ansible. Ansible is an automation tool. It's designed for managing and configuration computer system, and also it's very powerful automation platform. It deploying the software, orchestrating the workflow, and help with provisioning, automating IT process, integrating internally developed applications. Right. So we will read. Ansible is an open source automation tool designed for managing and configuring the computer system and applications, and is very powerful automation platform that help with deploying software, provisioning, automating IT process, integrating internally developed application. And also Ansible is written in Python and uses a human readable language. It is designed to be simple and easy to use with a focus on security and reliability. So it's a and also Ansible helps to deployment like CI/CD pipeline, and it's a network automation tool. The provisioning means it's using an EC2, S3 different AWS tools, VM creation like this. Let's see why it's very important. Because it's easy to use, agentless architecture, all-in-one tool, and playbooks are written in YAML and improve the resource utilization. Easy to use. Ansible is a quick and easy to set up and use. You can connect through SSH or Python, and you don't need to install any agent servers or additional security infrastructure. And agentless architecture. Ansible agentless design makes it simpler to set up and configure the systems, and even for large scale networks, all-in-one tools, Ansible can be used to perform all automation steps. Playbook. Ansible configuration files called playbooks are written in the YAML file, and improve the resource utilization. Since you don't need to install any extra software, Ansible doesn't burden yourself. So Ansible is enough. You don't need to install any extra software, and also it automates the repetitive task and reduce the risk for human error, and it saves the time. And also you can manage thousands of servers from a single control node and making it suitable for large environments. And it supports a wide range of operating system and cloud platforms, providing the flexibility in deployment. And Ansible can integrate with many other tools and technologies. It's a powerful part of the DevOps tool chain. That's why Ansible is very important. Next is advantages of Ansible. The main advantages are simplicity, flexibility, scalability, community and ecosystem integration, security, cost effective. Let's see one by one. Ansible is easy to set up and use and doesn't require special coding skills, and it doesn't require installing additional software or firewall ports on the system you want to automate. And Ansible can manage a wide range of system and platforms including Windows, Unix, cloud services, and containers, and it provides a centralized control system that allows you to automate the tasks across multiple devices and servers. Then we will see simplicity means using YAML syntax as one of the key advantages. So which is human readable and easy to understand. It's a simple architecture. The flexibility. It can manage a diverse range of system and platforms, including I've already told it include the Unix, Linux, Windows, network devices, cloud services, and the broad support allows you to automate the task across environments using a single tool. The next is scalability. Ansible can scale from managing a handful of nodes to thousands of them with easy and based models allows to simultaneously configuration the multiple machines. Community and ecosystem. The community contributes modules and playbooks and plugins. The extensive ecosystem provides a pre-built solutions. The integration. It integrates seamlessly with other tools and platforms. It including the version control system, example Git, and CI/CD pipelines and monitoring the solution, and it configuration the management databases. The next is security. The security is a best practices such as using the SSH encryption for communication and providing the option for credential management includes the vaults for sensitive data. And this cost effective. Being a open source, Ansible eliminates the licensing cost associated with proprietary automation tools. It also reduces the operational expenses by streamlining repetitive tasks, and it improves the efficiency. These are all the advantages of Ansible. Move to the next topic, how Ansible works. The Ansible mainly it works based on the control node and manage node. We will know about what is control node and manage node, and let's understand the Ansible and inventory and playbook execution. So let's move to control node. The control node is the machine where Ansible is installed and from which you execute the commands and playbooks. It manages the communication with managed nodes. The control node, for example, the control node is your system or laptop or PCs is a control node. Here we can see it's where Ansible is installed and from which you execute the commands. The main tasks are it execute the playbooks, which are YAML files containing a series of tasks, and it uses the Ansible inventory to keep track the managed nodes. In the control node, we are using the Ansible inventory to track the managed nodes, and it handles the SSH keys and configuration to connect to the managed nodes securely. So in the control nodes, we are execute the playbooks that are written in the YAML files, and we are using the inventory it to keep tracking the managed nodes and handle the SSH key for configuration. The managed nodes. Managed nodes are the machines like the servers or instance. So I will show you when I am creating. These are called the servers or instance. That's called managed nodes that Ansible configures and manages. They can be running various operating systems. So the managed nodes can run various operating systems. It performs tasks specified in the Ansible playbook, and it communicates back to the control node with the results of the executed task. The next is inventory. So inventory means you define your managed nodes in an inventory files, usually that's host file, that lists their IP addresses or host names. So inventory mainly it lists the IP address and the host names of the files. The playbooks. The playbooks create a playbook to define what action to perform on the managed nodes. In the managed nodes, what we are performing, that actions can define as a managed node. It includes tasks like installing softwares, updating the configuration, and deploying the applications. The next is execution. You run the playbook from the control node using the Ansible playbook command, which then connect to each managed node and execute a managed node via SSH and execute the task defined in the playbook. And the execution, we are using the SSH and execute the tasks which are all defined in the playbook. So let's, before moving to passwordless authentication, before we will see how to create manage nodes servers in the instances. So let's go to AWS account, go to instances. Here we need to launch the instances. Here we need the number of instances is 2. The server, I will give the name as manage node 1. Manage node 1. Here I'm selecting the Ubuntu. You can select AWS, Mac OS or Windows, but I'm selecting Ubuntu because I am familiar with it. So which one you can refer easily, you can select that one, Ubuntu. Then here I selecting the instance type as t2.micro. You can select the key pair. You are already having existence key pair, you can select that one. Otherwise you can create a new key pair. I'm selecting this key pair Ansible. Create a security group. You can enable this all the allow SSH traffic and HTTP traffic from the internet, and allow this one also, and then launch the instances. The 2 instances is created. So I've already selected I want 2 server. I can edit this one as a manage node 2. Yeah. So after launching the instances, what we need to do is go to the VS Code. We should download some requirements for the configuration. To Visual Studio. Here you create one specific folder. It's easy to execute anything, and you can easily create a folders like this. So I'm created a specific folder that called as Ansible. Yes, terminal, select a new terminal. So here we go to WSL. So WSL helps to execute the commands easily in the Visual Studio. In this we need to set up some requirement, set up some configuration. So first we need to update this. Sudo apt update. So it's asking for password. So enter the password. So it's updating. So after updating the apt, then we need to installation. So Ansible needs Python installation. So we use a command as sudo apt install python 3. Python installation is done. The next thing is Ansible. We need to install the Ansible. So using the command sudo apt install Ansible. The installation of Ansible Python is done. So the next is go to the extension. Here we need to install the YAML and Ansible extension. So check for YAML. Yeah, I've already installed this. You need to install the YAML extension. It's required to configure the Ansible, and also we need to install Ansible extension here. So this one also I've already installed this. You need to install the Ansible extension. So these are all the necessary to execute the Ansible. So I've already explained advantages of Ansible, why Ansible, and how it works. So the next is passwordless authentication. The passwordless authentication in Ansible is a way to securely automate the task without the need for manual intervention or password prompts. It's typically enabled using the SSH keys. So in the passwordless authentication, we are using SSH keys. The passwordless authentication in Ansible allows you to connect to remote server without needing to enter a password every time. So it helps to, we do not enter every time when we go to login. We do not require every time to enter the password. That's why we are using the passwordless authentication. Here we are using the command as command to configure the passwordless authentication using SSH keys, accessing server. So accessing server with PEM key. So we can use with PEM key and without PEM key we can access the server. With PEM key we can use the command as sudo ssh-o identity file mnt c user prati downloads ansible.pem ubuntu IP address. So this command is used for with the PEM key. Without PEM key we are just using ssh ubuntu.ip. So in my system when I'm working, it doesn't able to directly access SSH ubuntu.ip. So first I'm using the WSL home directory. Here we need to move the key. Then we set the permission using the chmod 600. Then start the SSH event using the eval $SSH agent -s command. Then add the SSH agent key. Later we need to accessing the server. So I will explain this command. Sudo runs the command as a root. Sudo as we are using as root. SSH command is to initiate the SSH means secure shell connection to a remote machine. SSH helps to connect the remote machine. -o specify the option for SSH. The identity file mnt c user prati downloads ansible.pem. This option tells SSH to use the specified private key file, that is Ansible key file. This is the Ansible key file located in this directory like user prati download. So it's located here. This is the key file. The Ubuntu IP address means here we need to specify the IP address of the instance. So it connects the remote machine to the given IP address using the Ubuntu user. So here also same SSH, it's initiate the SSH connection to remote machine using the Ubuntu user. We specify the IP address. It helps to connect the remote machine. So we need to execute this passwordless authentication. We need to configure and check how it works. Go to Visual Studio. This. So here we using the command copy the IP address and one management. Copy this. Paste. Enter. Yes. Yeah. Here we can see with the PEM key, the remote server is connected. Successfully it's connected. The system information security maintenance. So the next thing what we need to do is we need to connect the remote server without the PEM key. So first we need to exit. Then I've already told that my system it's not working, so I am first start the SSH event, then add the key, then accessing the server without the PEM key. So you're using the eval command. Then here we need to, after starting the SSH event, we need to add the SSH key. So here we can see it's initially added. Here we need to use the command as SSH Ubuntu NTU Ubuntu. Copy this IP address. Ubuntu paste it. Yes. Yeah. So without the PEM key also the remote server is connected successfully. So in this demo I will show with the PEM key how server is connected and without the PEM key how the server is connected. So in your system the SSH Ubuntu, this command is work directly. Here we can see. Yeah, this command is work directly. Yeah, you can use this. Otherwise you can first start the event, then add the SSH key. Later you need to start the server without the PEM key. So this is all about the passwordless authentication. Then move to Ansible inventory. Ansible inventory file is a fundamental component of Ansible that defines the host remote system that you want to manage and the group those host belongs to. The inventory file can be static or dynamic. Static means it's a simple text file or generated text file. It provides Ansible with the information about the remote nodes to communicate with during its operation, and also here the .ini is the extension. The inventory file extension is .ini And also Ansible inventory provides the essential information about each host such as host name, IP addresses, and may additional variables or tags that can be used to filter or group the host. And inventory is also we are called as art of our Ansible because it will tell the Ansible control node to which server is asked to talk and what are your managed nodes. Yeah, we can create a inventory file as inventory.ini, and here in this we need to enter the managed nodes, and we use the command as to run the inventory file. We use the command as ansible -i inventory.ini -m ping all. I will explain one by one in the demo. So first we need to create a inventory file. So let's go to Ansible. The script. Then inventory.ini. Here we need to Ubuntu at copy this one. Here we can enter the two IP addresses of the two different managed nodes. Then we need to save this and execute. So inventory file is created. So after creating the inventory file, here we can see. So here we need to enter, then we are using the command, this command to run the inventory file. Ansible -i inventory.ini -m ping all. So Ansible is the main Ansible command line tool used for running the command. The -i inventory.ini specifies the inventory file that lists all the hosts and groups of machine you want to manage, and the -m, the -m flag specifies the module that you want to run. The ping all, the ping module, which is simple Ansible module used to check the availability and connectivity. All means it refers all the hosts listed in the inventory files. Means I will list the two hosts. The two hosts, the inventory file will attempt it to ping every machine. So when we need to run command Ansible not found but can be installed with sudo apt install Ansible code. So yeah, we need to check this one. Yeah, here we can see the Ansible inventory file is created successfully. The next is we use this command to update and install the JDK in the managed node from central node. So I will explain this command. Ansible -i inventory.ini -m. So Ansible is the inventory.ini file, -m is the flag we are using. sudo apt update and sudo apt install is a update the package list for available package for this version, and we need to install the JDK Java version. It automatically confirms the installation without prompting the user input. So all this command specifies the command should run all hosts listed in the inventory.ini file. Here we can see, so it installing the JDK and updated the file. We need to check this. Let's go to instance. Here we need to connect one instance. Type Java. Here we can see, so it's installed successfully. We need to check the Java version. Yeah, here we can see 11.0.25. It's a Java version. So let's the grouping Ansible managed node. The grouping Ansible node means we have 1000 server. We need to run all the 1000 server. Instead, what we want to run, that only we can run the server. We use the grouping Ansible managed node. Here we indicate the name for each server. So what server we want, we can run that one only. So here I will show you how to run this. So this is the server. Here we will gain the name as application and give the name as database or anything. Here you give the command as Ansible -i ping all instant ping app. So here I mentioned the name, which one server I want to run. So application server only I want to run this. Here we can see 13.23.159.68. This server, the inventory file only runs. This is about the managed node instance Ansible. So the next is ad hoc commands. The ad hoc commands are one of the simplest way of using the Ansible. The ad hoc commands are not stored for future use, but it represents a fast way to interact with the desired service. Ad hoc commands are simple and one-time tasks that can be run directly from the command line without needing to create a playbook. And ad hoc commands are quick and it's easy to use. Here the command is Ansible -i inventory.ini -m shell -a and sudo apt get update all. Ansible, I've already told that, is a command line tool. Run the Ansible task or playbook. -i inventory.ini specifies the inventory file, lists the all remote hosts. That file contains the IP address or host name, and -m specifies the module, and shell module allow you to run the shell commands. And -a sudo apt get update, so it's update all the server. The next is Ansible playbook. Ansible playbook offer a repeatable, reusable and simple configuration management and multi-machine deployment system, one that is well suited to deploying a complex application. If you need to execute a task with Ansible more than once, write a playbook. So in case you need to write more than one Ansible, we using the playbook. And playbook are expressed in YAML format with a minimum of syntax, and playbook consists of one or more plays, which each play specify a group of hosts and the tasks to be executed on them. And we need here, this is the script of the simple playbook we are created, and we are using the playbook.yaml to create a YAML file, and also it required the HTML file. And to run the playbook, we are using the command Ansible playbook-i inventory.ini playbook.yaml. So here I will show how to create a playbook file and explain the script. So go to Visual Studio. So create a file is a playbook.yaml file. Playbook.yaml. In this file, we need to write a script. So I've already wrote the script. Just paste this. Yeah, I will explain the scripts here. 3 dots -host all become true task -m. So in this, we need to install the Apache HTTP server and copy a file to the web server root directory with a specific permission and ownership. Here I am using index.html source file. We need to create the index.html also. So I will explain. Here I am using the host as all, means host means I make the IP addresses and it becomes true. The task here I am using the name. We need to install the Apache HTTP and Ansible built-in APT. This module is used to manage the packages and depend basic systems like Ubuntu, and the name as Apache 2. The state present means it ensures package is installed. If it's already installed, it does nothing. And the update catch, yes, this option tells Ansible to update the APT package before installing the package, ensuring it install the latest version. The name indicates copy this file with the permission of the owner, and I've already told Ansible built-in copy modules copy the file from local machine to the remote host, and the source is index.html and the destination is where www.html I've wrote. This copied location remote server, which is default web root to the Apache, and the owner as root. It sets the file owner to root, and the group set files the group to root. The mod is 0644. It sets the file permission to 0644. It's readable by everyone, writable only by the owner. The mod as setting as. So after writing the playbook.yaml script, we need to create a index.html file. So we need to create a file as index.html. So in this index file, you write whatever you want. I will write hello. Welcome to Ansible playbook. So you will write whatever you want. So after creating a index.html, we will run the command Ansible playbook. So go here. Yeah, so we are creating index.html file and write the script. After we run the command as Ansible playbook -i inventory.ini playbook.yaml. So Ansible playbook -i inventory.ini ini playbook.yaml. So this Ansible playbook, the inventory file indicate this to it's run the playbook script. So this file is running. So here we can see the playbook script is running successfully. Here it's changing to and unreachable, failed 0, skipped 0. So this is how we write the script of playbook, and we can run like this. So let's go and check in the server it's installed successfully, or Apache is installed successfully or not. Here we are using the command as sudo systemctl status Apache 2. Yeah, here you can see it's active, running and enabled. So Apache is installed successfully. So in the source, here we can see in the source we are giving the name as index.html. So in the destination we give the name as var www.html. So we need to check this here. Give the list inventory.ini. So the list of the file is inventory.ini. So we need to check the cd var www.html. This is the destination file. So here we need to check the list. Yeah, here we can see the source file index.html is copied successfully into the destination. So this is all about the Ansible playbook. Here the next we move to the basics of YAML. YAML is abbreviated as stand from YAML End Markup Language, is a data serialization language which is designed to be human friendly. YAML was specifically created to work well for common use cases such as configuration files, log files and cross-language sharing files and data sharing. The key features of YAML are YAML data is portable between programming languages, support one-direction processing, easy of implementation and use, and it's easy readable by humans, and data serialization, uses identification and flexible structures. These are all about the YAML basics. The next is Ansible rules. Ansible rules provide a framework for fully independent or interdependent collection of variables, tasks, files, templates and modules. In Ansible, the role is the primary mechanism for breaking a playbook into multiple files. This simplifies writing complex playbooks and it makes them easier to reuse. The complex playbooks are easily we can write in the Ansible rules, and each role is like a package that defines a specific function or component of a system. Example, installing Apache configuration, MySQL, or setting up a firewall. Here we using the command as Ansible Galaxy role init HTTP. Before knowing this command, we will first know about what is Ansible Galaxy. So Ansible Galaxy is a command line tool that is part of Ansible, designed for managing the Ansible roles, and also it provides a way to create, share, and install roles, making it easier to manage and reuse the automation code. So here some structures organize specific directories structure in the Ansible role, that are defaults, files, handlers, meta, tasks, templates, bars. So we'll know default variable for the role, and files are a static files needed to by role, and handlers are triggered by the task, metadata about the role, dependency and version, task, the main task to run for the role, templates. For the configuration we are using the Jinja 2 templates. In the demo I will show the vars, other variables for the role. So here some commands. So first I will go to the Ansible roles. Yes. The Ansible Galaxy role init HTTPD is used to create a role. So Ansible Galaxy role, it's used to create a role called HTTP. Here we can see it's created the role. HTTP was created successfully. So we can check the HTTPD role list. So here I was told some structures in the files already, defaults, files, handlers, meta. So these are all the structures of Ansible Galaxy role: defaults, files, handlers, meta, tasks, templates, stats, var. So here we can see HTTPD is created. So the next thing what we need to do is we need to go to the HTTPD, here in the task, here main.yaml. So here we need to write some script. So go to playbook.yaml, copy this from task to till end, and go to main.yaml. Paste here. Sorry. Paste it here. So we need to delete this one. So go to playbook.yaml. Remove this task, and here we need to write roles -httpd. See this, and go to main.yaml. Here we need to set this one for correct indentation. Oh, sorry. Here we need to change some these tasks, and to you, yeah. So after this, so I've already changed the playbook.mls roles httpd in the main YAML implementation, right? And copy this and go to the files. Here we need to paste the index.html. So after paste this in the main.yaml, we need to change the source file as files index.html. So remaining or same. Then we come out of the city. Then we write the command as Ansible playbook -i inventory.ini playbook.yaml. It's Ansible built-in act. Yeah, okay. So it's indentation. We need to run this again. So here it's running. Yeah, it's successfully running the file. The next thing what we need to do is go to the instance. Here you copy the one instance, paste it here, just access this server. Here we can see what we write in the index.html file. It reflects in the Google. Hello, welcome to Ansible playbook. When we using this IP address, it shows the index.html file. So after this, what we need to do is go to this page, just write the Ansible Galaxy. So go to this first link. Go to the roles. Here search for Docker in the keyword. Here can go to best made in Docker. You need to copy this link. So here it shows how to install the ready-made Docker file using the Ansible Galaxy. Copy this path. Go to Visual Studio. paste here. So it's showing starting. Uh, so it's already installed in your version. So it's already installed. You need to install forcefully. You can use the command as -force. So this command helps to make it easier to Docker using this path. So here what you need to do is create a new file called docker.yaml. So after creating docker.yaml file, go to the playbook.yaml, copy this build roles, go to docker.yaml file, paste it here. The next thing what we need to do is the command as this command shows what rules are already installed in our command. So it shows ls, sorry. So here ls, here we can see it showing the list of the Ansible rules, that is best made in Docker. So here what we need to do is copy this best made in dot, sorry, copy this, P, copy this and go in the rules, paste here. So after we need to run the command as Ansible playbook -i inventory.ini docker.yaml file. Here empty playbook, nothing to do. Right. Okay, we need to check the playbook. Yeah, here we can see it start running, so it's a syntax error. So in this is a small syntax, it doesn't show the output. We need to write the code correctly. It takes time to install. This is how ready-made Docker is installing. We need to check Docker is installed or not. We go to the instance, connected instance, to come out of this directory. Yeah, here we need to check Docker. So Docker is installed. So we need to check the version, Docker -- version. So here we can see 27.4.1 Docker version it shows. So this is how we can easily install the ready-made Docker someone has already created. So this is how to install Docker. The next is what we need to do is create a new repository to pull the code from central node to GitHub repository. Go to the GitHub account. In your GitHub account, create a new repository. Repository name as Ansible httpd role. Yeah, so it's public. Creating a repository. After creating repository, go to your Visual Studio. Here, initialize the git command. So it's the init command helps to initializing the existing git repository. Then go to GitHub account, copy this path, okay, git remote add origin, paste this. Remote origin already exists. Okay, we need to give another or to remote git remote origin. Yeah, so it add this command. The next is we need to add this command using git add dot. Then we need to commit the git commit -m initial commit. So its initial is the commit using the -m. The next is git push origin main. So it shows push. Oh, sorry. So source main does not match any. So it doesn't in the main group. So we are using get push origin master. So it asks for username. So password. So the password. Yeah, it's pushing the Git repository into master. Yes, it pushed successfully. So go to your repository and refresh this page. Here we can see the code can be pushed into repository successfully. So this is all about the Ansible roles, how to create and how we can push the code from central node to Git repository and how the different structures are used and how to create a Docker file and how to install the Docker. And the next is so this is the command to run Docker file and the repository. We need to create this and import the GitHub code to Ansible Galaxy. So the next is Ansible collection. Ansible collections are a way to organize and distribute the content like roles, modules, plugins, and playbooks in Ansible. With Ansible content collection automation, practitioners can automate their work faster, improve productivity, and accelerate time to value. And collection are useful for keeping automation content organized, especially in larger projects. And collections can be downloaded from Ansible Galaxy like public repository or created and distributed privately. The key components of the Ansibles include, here I have mentioned like roles, modules, plugins, and playbooks. The roles are predefined tasks grouped to achieve a particular goal, like installing the software. The modules are usable units of work, example managing the files or packages. The plugin extend the Ansible functionality, and the playbook, it's YAML files that define a set of tasks for Ansible to execute. To install the AWS collection, we are using the command as Ansible Galaxy collection install amazon.aws. Here we are already installed. We can use this -force. So -force can help to reinstalling and updated version can be installed. So here we can see how to install the Ansible collection. Go to Chrome. Here go to Ansible Galaxy. Ansible Galaxy, go to namespace. Yes, search for Amazon. So go and search Amazon. Here go for the AWS. So in this here we can see it to install a verify Ansible content to help automate the management of AWS service. It install the collection with Ansible Galaxy. It supported Ansible core. Copy this Ansible Galaxy collection install amazon.aws. Copy this and go to your Visual Studio. Paste here. So it's showing nothing to do. All requests are already installed. If you want to reinstall them, so using force I am installed -force. So So this command helps to installing the updated version, the Ansible Galaxy. This is how collection installation is work. So then go to the next topic, that is Ansible Vault. Ansible Vault is a feature of Ansible that allows you to keep sensitive data such as passwords or key in encrypted files rather than as plain text in playbooks or roles. These vault files can be distributed or placed in source control. To enable this feature, a command line tool we using Ansible Vault is used to edit the files or creating files, and a command line flag, that is hyphen as old pass. So we were using the command line hyphen hold password file is used. To set up the hold, first we need to create a password for hold using the OpenSSL RAND base 64 2048 temp vault pass. And to add our AWS credential, we are using this below vault command, Ansible Vault create group. So I'm explaining these two commands. So first we need to run this command and I will explain. Go to Visual Studio. So open SSL RAND base 64 2008. The Open SSL RAND generates the random data using OpenSSL base 64. This encodes the random data in base 64 format, which is a text-friendly encoding that is using for storing the binary data as a text, and 2048 specifies the number of random bytes to generate using this base 64 encoding. And the TMP vault pass, this part redirect the output of the command, the random base 64 string. This file is called as TMP vault pass. As we can run this OpenSSL RAND. Okay, the next is we need to run the Ansible Vault create group. Here we need to create the access key and security key. So go to the instance. Here go to security credentials. to install this. So we need to create the access key. Okay, after editing, we need to create access key. So understanding creating a root. So here it creates the access key and secret key. So we copy this access key, go to this here to create, insert EC2 access key. It's the same thing we need to do is EC2 secret key. Copy this secret key. Go here. I will pause the video for a second for the security purpose. So here we creating access key and security key successfully. The next is, after this we need to update this sudo apt update. So it's updating. So after updating, what we need to do is we install the Boto 3. Pip install Boto. So in my system this command is not work, so we are using -take system packages. So this command, so it's already installing, so it's certified requirements are already satisfied. So after installing the Boto 3, we need to create a folder that's easy to creation. So first we need to clear this. We create a folder that is easy to create. Easy to creation. So after creating the easy to creation, so here we need to check the lists. So here it's showing easy to creation Ansible.py. These are all the list we are created in this Ansible folder. Then we cd copy this cd easy to creation. So easy to creation, it's not a directory, so it's showing error. Okay, cd, copy this one. So from this last time I've created that when I say file, I need to create the folder. Yeah, EC2 creation folder. So here we need to use the command as Ansible Galaxy role in it EC2. So it's here we can see EC2 role was created successfully. So next, after creating EC2 created successfully, we need to create a file, that is EC2 create.yaml. In this creation, we need to write a script hyphen host localhost connection local roles connection local host roles. Then go to task, go to main.yaml, here. We write the script I've already this. Here what I'm writing is the name as start an EC2 instance using the public IP address, that is Amazon AWS EC2 instance. Where is the name we are using as a Ansible instance type as a t2.micro, and the security group as default. Reason I want to create an AP South one. Here access key as EC2 access key and the secret key as EC2 secret key. You can write in the Jinja template. The network has to be true. The image ID what should be as is, go to EC2 instance, like this. So here type AMI here. Yeah, this is the Ubuntu as we are using. So copy this AMI ID means image ID. And go to our script, paste it here. So this AMID helps to create an EC2 instance. Then what we need to do is so after writing this command, we using this command Ansible playbook Ansible playbook easy to create.yaml vault password file. Vault.pos. It helps to create the instance. It show easy to error the playbook could not be fine. Okay. Yeah, it's been working. Now what I am missing is in the easy to create.yaml I am missing the mentioning the role. So that's why it's showing the easy to create YAML it could not find. I'll mention that. So it is showing an error as so maybe it's an indentation error. We need to check this. Yeah, now it's been created. It is a mistake is the access key and security key indentation error. We need to change this active. It will be created successfully. Let's go to the instance and check it's been created or not. Yeah, here we can see Ansible instance is created successfully. So using this, we can also create the instances. And we can create this in another way. First, we need to terminate this instance. Let's go to Visual Studio. So we can create in another way. We can go to Ansible old variables. Ansible variable in playbook are very similar to using the variables in any programming language. It helps you to use and assign a value to variable and use that anywhere in the playbook. Variable can be used to store a wide range of values like paths, credential, configuration, options, IP addresses, and more. There are different types of Ansible variables, that is inventory variable, playbook variable, host and group variable, role variable, registered variables. The command is here using Ansible playbook easy to create .yaml vault password file vault pass. I've already here we can use this command. In this we can also create, edit and view using the command. With the small changes in the instead of create we can put edit. And the variable precedence. When multiple variables with the same name exist, Ansible follow a hierarchy to determine which one to use. Generally, command line we are using the -e. Variables have the highest priority, followed by playbook variables, role variable, and then inventory or default variable. Here we using the command as Ansible playbook EC2. So Ansible is in the playbook as YAML file. We can create the EC2 instance using the YAML file -vault password file temp pause -e type t3.micro. Yeah, we can see how we can create this. I've already terminated the instances. So let's go to Visual Studio, delete this instance type micro here using the Jinja template. I'm just enter as a type. Go to default main.yaml. Here I'm writing type as t2.micro. Just what we need to do is using this command, yeah, it will be created. Let's go and check. Here here we can see Ansible instance. So it's this is how we can create a instance in the different way, or also we can create in another way also. That is, here we can just write -e type t2.micro. So t2.micro is a instance type which you want to create. Type, enter this. So these are all the different ways to create the instances. Here we can see it's created successfully. Go to local instance. See, it's running successfully. So this is all about Ansible variables. And then move to the next topic, that is Ansible loops. Loops in Ansible are a set of instructions that automate repeated tasks, making it easier to perform the same action multiple times without manual repetition. Ansible loops can be used, for example, for installing multiple packages, creating numerous users, or modifying a set of files. Loops can iterate over lists, dictionaries, or even complex data structures, and they can be customized with conditionals, indexing, and nested loops. So here we are using the loop as like this. So here if we mention the image ID and the name what we need to create. So the image ID I have already in the script, I have already shown you how to create. So this is the image ID. In the instances AMI catalog, you need to copy the image ID. So this is all about the Ansible loops. The name, what you want, the name which is created in the instances, you give that name. The next is Ansible conditionals. Ansible conditional statements in Ansible control the flow of tasks in your playbook, it ensuring the specific tasks are executed. This will form the capability that any good automation script should have dynamic, efficient, and robust enough to apply in an environment. Conditionals are typically used with the when keyword to determine whether a task should run based on the variable values, command output, facts, or custom conditions. The syntax is name, so we need to print the name and debug the message. What message should be run? The task run only if the condition is true. Like that's the when we need to run this command, so we need to mention the condition. So this is about Ansible conditionals. Next is Ansible error handling. Ansible error handling provides a powerful feature set that allows user to define custom condition for task failure continue execution if errors are experienced. Ansible provides a several techniques to handle the errors effectively within the playbooks. These techniques ensure that playbook can gracefully manage failures and maintain the overall reliability of automation process. Ignore errors is used to handle the errors in Ansible. So to handle the errors in Ansible, we are using the ignore errors. This is helpful for non-critical tasks that may encounter the issues but should not interrupt the overall execution of the playbook. So here we write the script beginning with the -, the host as all, it becomes true. The task name should be install the security updates using the built-in app. The name should be item, state latest, update cache should be yes. The loop, we are using the OpenSSH and OpenSSL. So it's showing any error, we use the command as ignore errors. Yes, so how it works. So when a task is set with ignore errors true, Ansible will log any error that occur, but instead of halting the execution, it will proceed to the next task in the playbook. This is especially useful in situation where you may not need all tasks to complete successfully for the overall playbook to be usable. Syntax of ignore errors. The syntax is straightforward. Simply add the ignore errors true to the task you want to ignore the errors. This is all about today's video. Thank you.